Welcome to World Numismatic Finds, where history, artistry, and rarity come together in the form of extraordinary coins. Today we turn our attention to the fascinating treasures of Canadian coinage, highlighting pieces that hold both cultural heritage and remarkable value in the numismatic world. Among these prized finds are the 1994 Canada 25-cent coin, a shining symbol of the nation's enduring tradition, the 2001 Canada 25-cent coin, celebrated for its unique design and special place in collections, the 1995 Canada 25-cent coin, which captures a distinct chapter of Canadian history, and the 2001 Canada 5-cent coin, a classic nickel that stands out for its rarity and collector demand. These coins are not just pieces of metal but windows into Canada's rich past, cherished today for their beauty, scarcity, and significant market value, making them highly desirable for collectors around the globe. To begin with a background, the Canadian quarter of 1994 belongs to the long tradition of 25-cent pieces that have formed a core part of Canadian coinage since the late 19th century. This coin, struck by the Royal Canadian Mint, was intended for everyday circulation and was produced in large numbers for commerce. Yet, despite being so common at the time, the survival of examples in pristine, mint state condition has proven much scarcer than many would expect, and that is what has placed the 1994 edition on the radar of serious coin collectors and investors alike. Turning now to its head and tail representation, the obverse of the 1994 Canadian quarter features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, as designed by Dora de Pedery Hunt. This image is one of the most recognized portraits of the late Queen and adds a sense of continuity and dignity to the coinage of the period. The reverse, of course, carries the traditional Canadian caribou, an emblem that has come to symbolize the northern wilderness, strength, and natural heritage of Canada itself. This pairing of monarchy and wildlife presents both national identity and international recognition, ensuring the coin stands not only as money but as a cultural token in its own right. Culturally and historically, the 1994 quarter falls in an era when Canada was asserting its identity both at home and abroad. Coins such as this one represent not just a means of payment but a part of national symbolism carried daily by millions. For Canadian citizens, the caribou quarter was, and remains, a familiar companion in everyday transactions, yet it also holds sentimental value as a marker of Canadian pride and heritage. As for the physical details, the 1994 Canada 25-cent coin weighs 5.05 grams and was struck in nickel, maintaining the standard size and feel collectors recognize instantly. Its reeded edge and bright, silvery finish, when preserved in mint state, lend it an appealing visual charm that enhances its desirability. Now, moving to the key facts that make this coin so intriguing for collectors, it is not the general issue circulation strike that makes headlines, but the rare condition pieces that reach top grading levels. A coin graded MS65, for example, has been recorded as fetching extraordinary prices, with values reaching around $9,000 in the marketplace. Even more remarkably, some exceptional examples sold through major auction houses such as eBay and Heritage Auctions have pushed the limits further, achieving as high as $14,000. These astonishing figures highlight the power of condition rarity. Ordinary coins in circulation grade might be worth face value or only a modest premium, but the rare few preserved in flawless, near-perfect condition become extraordinary assets. This naturally brings us to the subject of rarity and condition for collector demand. The 1994 Canadian quarter was not struck in particularly low numbers, but the challenge lies in finding examples that survived without scratches, circulation wear, or handling damage. Many coins pass through countless hands, vending machines, and tills, which means mint state examples are few and far between. Collectors know this, and so when a gem-quality piece surfaces, the competition can be fierce. The rarity is not in the minting, but in the preservation. In terms of current market value, circulation condition coins from 1994 may fetch only minimal premiums above face value, often just a few dollars depending on grade. But when one considers the upper echelon of graded coins, the figures become staggering, as previously mentioned. The difference between a coin worth only cents and one worth thousands of dollars underscores the importance of grading and preservation in the numismatic world. For collectors, the key tip when handling coins like the 1994 quarter is to pay close attention to condition. Always handle with gloves, store in protective holders, and avoid unnecessary contact that might diminish the surface quality. For those seeking to invest, the pursuit of higher-grade examples certified by reputable grading companies is the safest route to securing value, as these are the pieces most likely to appreciate in a marketplace. And for beginners, it is worth checking any 1994 quarters you may have inherited or tucked away, as the discovery of a high-grade specimen could be life-changing. In conclusion, the 1994 Canada 25-cent coin stands as a fascinating reminder that not all treasures come in the form of gold or jewels. Sometimes, the most ordinary-looking coin can transform into a rare gem in the world of numismatics when preserved in outstanding condition. With prices climbing into the thousands of dollars, $9,000 for MS-65 and as much as $14,000 at major auctions, the humble quarter of 1994 demonstrates the incredible potential hidden in everyday objects. Whether you are a seasoned collector, a casual enthusiast, or simply curious about the hidden value of coins, the 1994 Canadian quarter is a perfect example of how history, culture, and condition can come together to create something truly extraordinary. Next up, the 2011 Canada 5-cent coin has over time become a truly fascinating piece in the field of numismatics, admired not only for its design but also for its surprising rarity in higher grades, especially when preserved in circulation condition. To the casual observer, a 5-cent piece may appear rather ordinary, yet the 2011 edition has managed to capture the attention of serious collectors around the world because of its scarcity in exceptional quality and the growing demand it generates in today's market. This is the very reason why we must look deeper into its story, its design, and its current value, which has reached impressive levels for those fortunate enough to own an example in pristine condition. The background of the Canadian 5-cent coin itself is steeped in history, dating back to the 19th century when Canada first established its coinage system. By 2011, the coin had already become iconic, maintaining its nickel-plated steel composition and its familiar imagery. The obverse of the coin proudly features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, crafted by artist Susanna Blunt, a design introduced in 2003 that portrays the Queen without a crown, symbolizing a modern and approachable monarch. On the reverse side, we see the enduring image of the beaver sitting on a rock, designed by G. E. Kruger Gray, which has appeared on the Canadian nickel since 1937. The beaver has long been a symbol of Canada's industrious spirit and its connection to the fur trade, which played a central role in the nation's economic and cultural development. The cultural and historical values attached to this coin are not to be underestimated. The beaver is not only an emblem of Canadian wildlife but also of perseverance and hard work, qualities that resonate deeply with the nation's identity. For collectors, owning a 2011 5-cent piece is not just about holding currency, but about holding a symbol of heritage that links modern Canada to its historical foundations. This connection makes the coin more than metal and design; it becomes a keepsake that reflects the story of a nation. In terms of physical specifications, the 2011 Canada 5-cent coin weighs 3.95 grams, has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, and is struck in multiply nickel-plated steel, a material chosen both for durability and cost efficiency. These details may seem standard, but what elevates this coin beyond the ordinary is the challenge of finding it in immaculate condition despite its wide release for circulation. When we examine the key facts about this issue, it becomes clear why it has risen to prominence in the world of coin collecting. While millions of these coins were struck for circulation, only a very small fraction has survived in top condition, especially those graded at higher levels such as mint state 65 or above. This scarcity in pristine state creates a competitive environment among collectors, pushing demand higher with each passing year. Rarity and condition are central to the collector demand for the 2011 Canada 5-cent coin. Circulated examples may still be encountered in everyday change, yet these are typically worn and hold little numismatic premium. The true desirability lies in coins that have been preserved in near-perfect state. At mint state 65, the value of this coin can easily reach up to $2,000, a remarkable figure for what was once considered an everyday piece of pocket change. Even more impressively, on major auction platforms such as eBay, heritage auctions, and other international markets, select specimens in superior grade have achieved results approaching $3,000, demonstrating just how high the appetite for this coin has grown among discerning collectors. For anyone considering entering the world of Canadian coin collecting, the 2011 5-cent piece offers an exciting opportunity. My advice to collectors is to carefully inspect coins from circulation for examples that appear sharp, lustrous, and free from significant blemishes. Those with the foresight to have such coins graded by reputable services can potentially uncover hidden treasures that command extraordinary premiums. Networking with established numismatic groups, monitoring reputable auction houses, and staying vigilant about market trends can also ensure that collectors maximize the potential of their finds. In conclusion, the 2011 Canada 5-cent coin stands as a perfect reminder that even modern circulation issues can rise to remarkable prominence in the numismatic marketplace. From its beautiful and symbolic design to its surprising rarity in high grades, it has transformed into a coin of significant desirability. With values reaching up to $2,000 in mint state 65 and climbing as high as $3,000 on auction platforms, it has captured the imagination of both Canadian collectors and international enthusiasts alike. This coin not only embodies Canadian culture and history but also proves that true numismatic treasures are still out there waiting to be discovered. Next up, the 2001 Canada 25-cent coin is one that stands proudly at the heart of Canadian numismatics. To understand the true significance of the 2001 Canada 25-cent piece, we must first reflect on its background. The obverse carries the familiar effigy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Dora de Pedery Hunt, which was used during this period to honor the Queen's long reign and enduring connection to Canada as a constitutional monarchy. The reverse shows the ever-recognizable caribou, an enduring symbol of Canada's northern wildlife and strength, a design that has remained an icon on Canadian quarters since the late 1930s. While these features may seem typical, the 2001 issue has gained special importance because of its mintage numbers, condition challenges, and collector demand, all of which make it a standout in the world of 21st-century Canadian coins. Cultural and historical values add further weight to its significance. Canada's coinage has always been a way to represent both the monarchy and the natural heritage of the country, and the 25-cent coin, with its caribou design, reflects not only the wilderness of the Canadian landscape but also the spirit of endurance and resilience. The year 2001 itself was an important one in Canada's modern history, a year that marked the transition into the new millennium and the challenges that came with it. In this way, the coin stands as more than just a monetary unit. It is a small metallic token of cultural pride and identity. From a physical perspective, the coin weighs 4.4 grams and measures 23.88 millimeters in diameter, struck in a nickel-plated steel composition that gives it both durability and a bright appearance. These are standard specifications for Canadian quarters of the era, but it is the survival rate of high-grade examples that has made the 2001 issue such a treasure to collectors. Looking at the key facts, the 2001 Canada quarter is not the rarest in terms of raw mintage, but what sets it apart is the limited number of coins that remain in pristine condition. Circulated examples are still found occasionally in change across Canada, but they often exhibit heavy wear, scratches, and surface dulling, all of which dramatically lower their collector value. The real demand lies in high-grade coins certified at mint state 65 and above. It is at this level of preservation that the coin becomes an object of intense bidding and collector rivalry. Rarity and condition are everything in numismatics, and the 2001 25-cent coin has shown that coins of this era can achieve spectacular results if preserved well. In circulation condition, the coin may only fetch a modest premium, but once we move into top-graded mint state examples, the story changes completely. A certified MS65 specimen of the 2001 Canada 25-cent coin has been recorded at auction selling for as high as $8,000, a staggering figure when one considers that this is a coin less than 3 decades old. The excitement does not stop there, for the most pristine, museum-quality examples have achieved even more impressive prices. At leading auction houses such as Heritage Auctions and through platforms like eBay, a flawless example has reached a remarkable $11,000, demonstrating just how fierce the demand is among top-tier collectors who wish to secure the best. For collectors considering this coin, there are some tips to bear in mind. Condition is king, so if you are lucky enough to come across a 2001 quarter in your change, handle it with care and look closely at its surfaces. Coins with sharp details, full luster, and minimal marks are the ones that will truly shine in the marketplace. Certification by a reputable grading service is essential if you believe your coin may reach those top mint state grades, as this adds both authenticity and credibility, unlocking the potential for higher selling prices. Auction platforms, both online and in specialist houses, remain the best route for achieving the strongest results, as they bring together international bidders who understand the rarity and are willing to pay a premium. In conclusion, the 2001 Canada 25-cent coin is far more than an ordinary quarter. It stands as a cultural emblem of Canada, representing both monarchy and wilderness, and has become a modern rarity in the numismatic world thanks to the scarcity of high-grade examples. With auction records showing prices from $8,000 for MS65 coins to as much as $11,000 for the finest known specimens, the coin continues to draw serious attention and admiration. For collectors, it offers both a challenge and a reward. The challenge of finding one in exceptional condition, and the reward of holding a piece that represents not just currency, but history, artistry, and tangible value. It is coins like these that remind us that even the most ordinary-seeming piece of change can become an extraordinary treasure when preserved, appreciated, and placed in the spotlight of global demand. At last, the imagination of collectors is the 1995 Canada 25-cent piece. At first glance it may appear to be just another quarter in circulation, yet hidden within its seemingly ordinary form lies a fascinating history, unique design elements, cultural significance, and, most importantly, a surprisingly high value in today's collector's market. In this video we are going to explore the full story of this coin, tracing its background, its symbolic representation, its role in Canadian culture, and why it has become such a prized possession in numismatic circles. The 1995 Canadian quarter belongs to a proud line of coinage that reflects both tradition and national identity. Struck at the Royal Canadian Mint, this coin carries the iconic effigy of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, a portrait that represents continuity with the monarchy and Canada's heritage as part of the Commonwealth. The reverse is decorated with a timeless image of the caribou, a symbol that has graced the 25-cent piece for decades and has come to embody the natural beauty and wildlife of Canada. This image not only represents a key part of the nation's fauna but also serves as a cultural marker of the country's respect for its wilderness and natural resources. From a historical perspective, the coin reflects the mid-1990s period when Canada continued to modernize its minting processes while still maintaining traditional imagery on its coinage. The 25-cent coin weighs 5.05 grams, has a diameter of 23.88 millimeters, and is composed of nickel. Although these technical specifications seem simple, they have remained a consistent part of the Canadian quarter's identity, making it instantly recognizable across the nation. For many Canadians, these coins are a part of everyday life, yet for collectors around the world, certain dates and conditions transform them from common pocket change into rare treasures. One of the key facts about the 1995 quarter is that while it had a standard mintage for circulation, pieces that survive today in high-grade condition are extraordinarily rare. This is because coins intended for everyday use often develop scratches, wear, and other blemishes, meaning that finding one in pristine state is almost impossible. In numismatics, this is where rarity meets desirability. A coin that may have been ordinary 30 years ago now stands out in the collector's market precisely because so few examples remain in exceptional condition. For those lucky enough to discover a 1995 Canadian 25-cent coin in near mint state, the rewards can be truly remarkable. In a circulation condition, it may only fetch a modest premium above face value, yet when graded at the lofty level of mint state 65, the coin has been valued as high as $7,800. Even more astonishingly, auction records on platforms such as eBay and Heritage Auctions have seen certain examples reach upwards of $12,300. These remarkable figures highlight the growing demand among collectors who are eager to secure one of the finest surviving specimens of this particular issue. The fact that such an everyday coin could achieve these values is a testament to the excitement and prestige attached to numismatics. For collectors, the 1995 Canadian quarter teaches us several lessons. First and foremost, condition is everything. A coin that appears to be ordinary in worn circulation can have little extra value, but the same coin preserved in gem-quality condition can command life-changing sums. Secondly, this coin demonstrates the importance of patience and vigilance in coin collecting. Many valuable finds are discovered by people carefully checking their old change or inherited coin jars, so never underestimate the possibility of finding treasure in unexpected places. Lastly, keeping a coin in the best possible state, protected from scratches, air, and handling, can significantly increase its long-term value. In conclusion, the 1995 Canada 25-cent coin is far more than just a small piece of change from 3 decades ago. It is a symbol of Canadian identity, a reminder of the nation's wildlife and heritage, and a powerful example of how rarity and condition elevate even the most ordinary items into objects of high demand. With top-condition specimens selling for thousands of dollars and commanding extraordinary attention on global auction markets, this coin stands as proof that numismatics continues to thrive, offering collectors the thrill of discovery and the joy of owning a piece of history. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone just beginning to explore this fascinating world, the 1995 Canadian quarter is a shining reminder that the next great treasure might be sitting quietly in your collection, waiting to be recognized for its true worth. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to stay tuned to World Numismatic Finds for more rare and valuable coin discoveries from around the world.